Having a three-way in a hotel room isn't what you typically imagine when you hear the word racketeering. But that's exactly what's at the center of one of the wildest legal sagas involving music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Is this a case of prosecutors overreaching? Or is it the tip of a much darker iceberg? Today, we're breaking down why this trial is way more than just salacious headlines, and how Cassie's testimony might be the moment everything changed. Let's get this straight. Racketeering typically conjures images of mafia bosses or elaborate criminal syndicates, not celebrity hotel parties. So how did Diddy end up at the center of a RICO conversation? According to prosecutors, what appears on the surface to be wild celebrity behavior is actually part of a systematic pattern of control, coercion, and abuse, and that pattern may qualify as racketeering. But here's where it gets legally slippery. Sex lives, even unconventional ones, are usually considered off-limits in court. The challenge for prosecutors? Proving that these acts weren't just private kinks, but coordinated crimes. Before we dive fully into the Diddy case, don't forget to like and subscribe. Cassie's testimony took center stage, and it was raw, emotional, messy, but above all believable. Why? Because she didn't shy away from the unflattering parts of her own story. She admitted to going back to Diddy repeatedly. She owned her jealousy. She even talked about leading a swinger's lifestyle. That honesty, warts and all, made her seem more credible. And that's crucial in a case like this, where the facts are murky and the line between consent and coercion is being heavily scrutinized. Here's a mistake a lot of people make when following trials. They treat them like sports. Legal experts call this the ESPN model. Every time a witness says something impactful, folks online start calling the game. Prosecution's winning. Defense is down bad. But trials aren't games. You can't declare a winner in the middle of the third inning. That's why judges constantly remind jurors. Don't make up your mind until all the evidence is in. Still people do. Which brings us to one of the most surprising facts about jury trials. Many lawyers believe jurors make up their minds before opening statements even end. Some even say the case is over once jury selection wraps. And unless there's a dramatic Perry Mason moment, the outcome is already locked in. But let's talk about what actually happened during Cassie's cross-examination, and what didn't. The defense tried to poke holes in her story, but surprisingly, they didn't close some of the most obvious loops. Take this. Cassie testified about a moment when Diddy suspected her of stealing drugs. He allegedly threatened her with explicit videos, then asked if she wanted to have another freak-off the next day. She agreed, and when asked why, she said it was out of fear. But initially, the prosecution never asked her to directly connect the threat to the decision. That kind of oversight can kill a case. And people noticed, including the media. Then came the redirect. The prosecution circled back and asked the exact question they missed. Was the freak-off a result of the threat? She said yes. And just like that, they cleaned it up. Still, moments like this raise a question. Why didn't they just do it the first time? Was it strategy or sloppiness? Even if Cassie's testimony is compelling, the defense doesn't need to prove Diddy is innocent. They just need to give jurors reasonable doubt. And here's the key. In most jurisdictions, if there are two reasonable explanations, one pointing to guilt, one to innocence, the jury must choose the innocent one. So if the defense can present even a plausible alternate interpretation of events, that might be all it takes. So where does this leave Diddy? The allegations are serious. The witness testimony is strong. But the legal bar for conviction, especially under something like RICO, is high. This isn't just about wild parties or celebrity gossip. It's about whether a pattern of behavior, even if it looks consensual on the surface, can be part of a criminal enterprise. And right now, the answer to that question is still unfolding in real time. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Cassie's testimony was enough to convince a jury? Is this a case of legal overreach, or justice catching up to someone who thought he was untouchable? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest legal stories shaking up the celebrity world.